So in today's video, man, we're going to be talking about about 4 different things that you can do with money. And you should be doing all 4 of them. You should be saving money. You should be spending money. You should be investing money. And you need to be giving money. And like I said, bro, you need to be doing all 4 different things. So let's talk about the first point, saving money. Well, why do I need to save money? Well, common sense, that's why. You know what I mean? You need to save money for a rainy day. You need to save money for something that pops up that's unexpected. You know what I mean? You need to save money, bro. I mean, if you don't save money, you're gonna be broke, duh. You know what I mean? You know why people are broke? Because they ain't got no money. You know why they ain't got no money? Because they ain't saved none of it. They spend it all. You can't spend everything you make, bro. Live on less than you make. If you don't make but $50,000, $60,000 a year, don't spend $50,000, $60,000 that year. Come on, bro. Common sense. We gotta save money. Somehow, some way, some shape, some form. You have to save money. Can't get ahead if you don't save money. The second point, we need to spend money. Now, this one's probably the easiest out of all of them, obviously, because it's not that hard to spend money. You know what I mean? You spend money on stuff that you don't want to spend money on. But what I mean when I say we need to spend some of our money, if we going through life and we're not enjoying anything, we don't have the money to go do stuff we want to do. We don't have the money to, you know what I mean, go buy something we want to buy. You know what I mean? We got to spend money. We work hard for the money. We need to spend money. If you go through life without spending money on stuff you want or stuff you want to go do, bro, that's kind of depressing. You know what I mean? It makes you stop and think. It's just like, what's the point in all this? You know what I mean? I get up, I go to work, I work hard, I go back home. I spend money on bills. I ain't got money to do anything else. You know what I mean? So we need to be able to spend money. But I wanted to say save money first, because you have to save money in order to spend money. Guilt-free, that is. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to spend money when you know you got it. You know, there's a lot of people out here that spend money and don't even know what they're spending it on. You know what I mean? So there's that. But with us spending money, we need to save money so we can spend money, bro. Spending money is a lot easier if you've saved for it. You know what I mean? I want us to be able to go through life, bro, and enjoy things. Get out and experience things. A lot of those things take money in order to go do those things. You know what I mean? So we work hard for our money, bro. Let's go out here and enjoy some of it. Let's don't be reckless. Let's not be careless. You know what I mean? Let's be smart, strategic. You know what I mean? But let's spend some money on ourselves, on something that we want to do, something we enjoy doing. You know what I mean? So let's spend some money. Let's enjoy life a little bit. Let's let loose. We can't always be going through life being tight on money, being strict on our money, having no play with our money. You know what I mean? We build a better relationship with money when we're able to actually spend some of it. When we're able to actually enjoy some of our money. Okay, this is why I work so hard. This is why I get up every morning to go do what I need to do. Because it enables me to be able to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? So let's spend some money. Let's enjoy life, bro. Let's spend some money. Let's figure out how you can save it so we can spend some of it. You know what I mean? Now the third point I wanted to touch on is invest money. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't even do this. A lot of people don't even know why they should be investing money. You know what I mean? And some people are like, well, I don't have the money to invest money. That brings me back to the first point. First thing you need to do is figure out how to save money so that you can invest money. Well, why do we invest money? Well, we invest money that way when we go and want to retire, or we want to do something or go buy something, that's what the investment's for. Why do we invest money? So we're not broke. You know what I mean? I don't know about y'all, but I like money. You know what I mean? I like money, but I don't love money. I love my wife. I love my kids. You see what I mean? But I don't love money. But I sure do like it. It make life a little more easy. What they say, it make life a little more better. You know what I mean? So let's invest some money, bro, so we can retire with some dignity. That way we can retire without worrying about social insecurity. That's how I say social security, if you didn't catch that. You know what I mean? So let's retire with some dignity, bro. Let's know that we've been investing for all these years, so we have a plan for our retirement, so we can retire. You know what I mean? I mean, not everybody, nobody in this world wants to work until they die, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to work until you die. At a certain point, bro, we need to enjoy life. That's where your investments come in, bro. That's where the money comes in. That's what enables you to be able to do things. You save money for a rainy day, because saving is not going to make you a millionaire. Saving is not going to, you know what I mean, make it to where you're not really stressing about the future. You know what I mean? We save money for emergencies. That's our insurance policy for life. You know what I mean? That's why we save money. We spend money so we're not always depressed. We spend money so we can actually enjoy life. You know what I mean? And invest money. We invest the money so we can have a future. So we can take care of ourselves. So we can take care of our family, bro. That's why we invest money. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, bro, is probably one of the most important things that we need to be doing, bro. Because I've said in one of my previous videos that the Lord has put us here to serve Him and to serve other people. So the last point that I wanted to touch on, bro, is giving money. Now, you ain't got to be irresponsible, or you ain't got to be dumb about giving money. But why are we supposed to give money? Well, we're supposed to give money because the Lord said so. The Lord tells us to help other people. Whether that be physically helping with our time, or being able to help with money. Think about how nice it would be to reach over and pay a single mother's light bill for a whole year, and she ain't even got to worry about lights or nothing like that, bro. Think about how nice it would be to see a family that's in need, that ain't got nothing to eat or anything like that, and you go to the grocery store and you fill up their whole freezer with a month or 2 months worth of food, bro. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord put us here, bro, to help other people. So a little short story, me and the old lady, we took one of our little weekend trips last year, and it was our last day of the trip. It was a Sunday morning, and you know, we got up, got packed up and everything, checked out of the hotel and all, and we went and we found us a place to go eat breakfast. And it was a small little spot, you know, not too big or anything. And so we sat down, and you know, we went, got us some breakfast, we ordered our food and all. We had our waitress, she was very nice, and you can just kind of tell, you know what I mean, throughout the whole process of her serving our food and taking care of us and all, you can kind of just see, you know, there's something bothering this lady. And you know what I mean, she's not talking about her or anything, but you can just kind of see something, you know what I mean, something's bothering her. You know what I mean? So, and I watch people, bro. I like to kind of read people, kind of watch their body language, You know what I mean? How they're carrying themselves, you know, and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going through, we eat our food and we get ready, you know, we're done. And so she comes over, she asks us, you know, is there anything she can do for us? And, you know what I mean, I was like, well, yeah, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get the check. And let's go ahead and, let's get a to-go box. And so she left. And she brought the check back. I gave her my card. She left. She went to go pay for it. She brought us a box. And she handed me my receipt and all. And I had pulled out a $50 bill, bro. Nothing crazy or anything like that. You know, the price of our meal was like, it was like 40 bucks. You know what I mean? For breakfast for me and the wife. And so I tipped this lady a $50 bill, which is more than the bill it was itself on the food for our breakfast. You know what I mean? But when I handed this young lady that $50 bill, bro, you can instantly see it in her face, bro. Like, she wanted to start crying. And I handed it to her. I was like, here, sweetheart, this is for you. And she just kind of stopped and she looked at me, and then she looked at my wife and then looked back at me. And I was like, that's yours, sweetheart. I was like, you know, this is for you. And bro, you can just kind of see it all in her face, bro, that she just wanted to cry. And I don't know the situation. I don't know what she had going on, bro. But you could see that she really needed and could use that $50 that I gave her. Now, that $50 was not a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But like I say, I have no idea what was going on in this young lady's life. But I could tell that that $50 that I just handed her for a tip helped her tremendously just by her reaction. Just by her body language. And she told me multiple times, bro, thank you. Thank you. Are you sure? You sure you want to tip me this much? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You did a great job. And I want to bless you. But, bro, I tell that story, bro, because the way that made me feel, like I was in a position, me and the wife was in a position to be able to tip like that. And, bro, the way it made me feel, bro, there's almost like, there's nothing else that made me feel like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say we need to give money. We need to be helping people, bro. Because it touches our heart, it touches our soul, and it puts positivity out into the world, bro. If we would all just help each other. If we would all just spend our time or a little bit of money and help each other. Think about how much better this world would be, bro. You know what I mean? So let's give money. Let's help people. Because God said we need to. You know what I mean? God said help other people, so let's do it, bro. It's not hard. And like I said, it could be something as simple as just your time. Let's just help people, bro. But guys, if y'all got anything out of this video, man, any value or anything like that, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch y'all guys in the next one. Peace.